Now let's talk about variables in data. For an example, there are 292 ways to make change for a dollar using pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and half dollars. To prove this, you could just make a list of all the possible ways of making change for a dollar. And when you make a list, this table for example, these are called data matrices and are a common way to organize information. Each row, you see lists 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 292, are called cases. And these cases represents a different way to make change for a dollar. The columns are called the variables. We don't really count the first column here, the method, but the variables are half dollars, quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. Each variable represents a specific piece of information about a case. So for example, method 3 uses 1 half dollar, 1 quarter, 2 dimes, 1 nickel. And if you add that up, that adds up to $1. Another example, a 2013 experiment by the New York Times showed that readers were more likely to agree with an essay if the font used was Baskerville, as opposed to other fonts such as Comic Sans and Helvetica. In this case, a data matrix of the results for one essay could look something like this, where readers from 1 through 999, so 999 readers, the variable font was the variable used for that essay, and whether or not the reader agreed with the essay, in case of yeses and nos. So each case, the rows here, represents different readers, and the variables, which are the columns, would represent the font and whether the reader agreed with the essay. In general, when a data matrix, this top row here is going to be a list of all the variables. In this case, we have name, sex, age, favorite topping, IQ score. Underneath the variables are what are called the data. These are all the possible values for each variable and a specific piece of information for each case. These can be numbers, they can be words, either way. The cases are the rows of a data matrix. So each row is a different person, and each case represents a different person or object. So for this first person was female, age 43, favorite topping was prawns for her pizza, and her IQ score is 118. Alright, now for you. A survey was conducted to study the smoking habits of UK residents. Below is a data matrix displayed as a portion of the data collected in the survey. Now, see if you can identify the variables, data, and cases. You might want to pause the video for a moment and see if you can work this out first. Okay, so for the variables are in this top row. The variables include sex, age, marital status, their gross income, whether or not they smoke, and if they did smoke, the amount they smoked over the weekdays. Data the values underneath here, underneath each variable. So for sex, we have either female or male. Age is their age in years, 42, 43, 53, and so forth. Marital status, whether or not they're single or married. Their gross income, either like under 2,600 pounds or between 10,400 pounds to 15,600 pounds and so forth. Yes or no on whether or not they smoke. And then if they did smoke, the amount of cigarettes they smoked each day. And then each row, the cases, are different UK residents that were surveyed. So this first person was female, age 42 and single, did smoke 12 cigarettes a day, and a gross income underneath 2,600 pounds.